and it is an introductory chapter from calculus. X per n minus a per n by x minus a is equal to n into a per n minus 1. If the numerical difference of modulus of f of x minus l can be made as ನೀವು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 0 by 0 ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. So this is a square minus b square. All of you know what is a square minus b square. Limit extends to 2 means in the place of x put 2. Do we have x here? So what is meant by limit extends to 4? In the place of x put 4. If I do that, 4 into 4 plus 3 divided by 4 minus 2. Welcome to the session, dear students. In today's class, I am starting with a new chapter, that is limit and continuity of a function. I will discuss what is limit of a function and how to apply limit, all those things. Later we will be going ahead with what? Continuity. One of the key chapters, and it is an introductory chapter from calculus. So we have done geometry, that is circles, analytical geometry. We have done algebra, matrices and determinants. Now, and also we have done commercial mathematics like learning curves. Now we are going ahead with calculus, limit, continuity and continuity of a function. So now weightage for this chapter. If you see, refer the past papers, they'll ask 1 mark question from this topic and 1 2 mark question you can expect, 1 6 mark question. Generally 6 mark question will be derivation. So they're asking derivation. So this derivation they're asking in part E section. All of you know in your board paper, part E section, 10 mark questions, 1 6 mark plus 1 4 mark. In that 6 mark derivation they've asked, that is limit theta tends to 0 sin theta by theta equal to 1 and limit x tends to a, x per n minus a per n by x minus a is equal to n into a per n minus 1. We have 2 theorems. They'll ask you to prove the theorems for 6 marks. That's an important question. If you see the past papers, this is the weightage. Total how many marks for this? 9 marks. You can expect 1 1 marker, 1 2 marker and 1 6 marker. Now we'll see what is a limit. So if you take a function y is equal to f of x, is set to tend to limit L as x tends to a. When x value is going near to a, the function limit, the functional value tends to what? A unique value called L. And we say if the numerical difference of modulus of f of x minus L can be made as small as we take. Meaning is simple. As the value of x goes towards a, the value of the function will go towards L. When the x values, if you go near to a, the functional value will go to a unique value. To make this simple, we will take up some mathematical approach. Here whenever you take any function, for function you will have variable called x. For the variable you can go on adding the values of x. As the values of x goes near to a, the function value will go near to L, and this L whatever you get should be unique. Means it should be a specific value, and the value should be a determinate value. It should not become indeterminate also. Then unique means what? One and only one value. So if you get more than one value, then we say limit does not exist. So limit extends to a means when x is going towards a, the functional value should go near a specific value L. So mathematically what is the approach is simple. Limit extends to a f of x. First you should know how to read this. So we read this as x tends to a. How to read this? We read this as x tends to a. So now limit extends to a f of x is just f of a. Limit extends to a f of x means f of a, means in the place of x put a. In the place of x put what? A. For example, if I take limit extends to 3 4x minus 1 by x plus 2. So I have taken a function. How to read this? Limit extends to 3 4x minus 1 by x plus 2. What is meant by limit extends to a f of x? It is f of a. It is what? F of a. Means simple. In the place of x put a. Here extends to 3 means in the place of x put 3. If you put 3, 4 into 3 minus 1 divided by 3 plus 2. 4 3 is 12, 12 minus 1, 11 divided by 5. So this is f of 3. Limit extends to a, f of x means in the place of x put a. So Here in the place of x put 3, I put 3 and I got this value. And whatever the value you get, it should be unique. 11 by 5 is a constant number. But you should not get, provided your f of a, whatever you get f of a, should not be indeterminate. It should not be indeterminate. If it is indeterminate, you should simplify the function, then apply limit. So now we will go to the simple approach of limit. I will take some problems to demonstrate. First you should know limit extends to a f of x. Limit extends to a f of x means in the place of x put a. After you put a, you will get f of a. The f of a value should be unique value. It should not be indeterminate. The answer what you get should not be indeterminate. What is meant by indeterminate? So in mathematics, 0 by 0 is an indeterminate form. We don't know, nobody knows the value of this. So it's not a determinate form. It should not be infinity by infinity. It should not be infinity minus infinity. It should not be infinity power infinity. So you should not get any of this form, 0 power 0. These are all mathematical indeterminate forms. Nobody knows the value of this. So if I say 0 5 is a 0, someone will say 0 6 is a 0. So you cannot divide like that. And infinity also. So whenever you apply a limit, you should not get any of these forms. And what we call these forms as indeterminate forms. ನೀವು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 0 by 0 ಬರಬಾರ್ದು, ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಬೈ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು, ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಇದನ್ನು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. Now coming to the point. Suppose now we'll take some examples. Limit extends to 3x minus 1. Simple problem I'll take. The function is 3x minus 1. F of x is 3x minus 1. Limit x is tending to what? 2. First you should know how to read this. How to read this? Limit extends to 3x minus 1. What is the meaning? Simple. In the place of x put 2. In the place of x put 2. That is 3 into 2 minus 1. All of you know 3 is a 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. You are getting a finite value. You are getting a finite value. Therefore no problem. You got a finite value. What I mean to say is simple. You got a finite value. We call this as L. It is not indeterminate. Now one more problem I will take. Limit extends to minus 1 x plus 2 divided by x minus 1. What is meant by limit extends to minus 1? In the place of x, try minus 1. So if I do that, minus 1 plus 2 divided by minus 1 minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2 is 1 divided by minus 2. So you will get minus 1 by 2. Yes, this is also a unique value. You got minus 1 by 2. It is L. So two problems I demonstrated. Now we will take one more problem. Say I will take limit extends to 1 x square minus 1 divided by x minus 1. What is the problem I have taken? Limit x is tending to 1, x square minus 1 by x minus 1. What is the meaning? In the place of x put 1. If you put 1, you will get 1 square minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1. It will become 0 by 0. Directly when I apply limit, I am getting 0 by 0. You should never get 0 by 0. 0 by 0 is what? Mathematical indeterminate. It's an indeterminate. ನೀವು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಆನ್ಸರ್ 0 by 0 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 0 by 0 ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. 0 by 0 ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಇಂಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ನು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಂಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್ ಕೊಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡು? ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡು? ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ಹಾಕಿ. ಆ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಎ ಏನಾಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು? ಇಂಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇಂಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ I'll simplify. I'll take the function before applying limit. Simplify. Limit extends to 1 x square minus 1 divided by x minus 1 is given. So now can I write 1 as 1 square? All of you know 1 square is also same as 1. Further can I write it as limit extends to 1 a square minus b square can be written as a plus b into a minus b. So this is a square minus b square. All of you know what is a square minus b square? A square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So therefore denominator is x minus 1. So now x minus 1 cancels. Limit extends to 1 means what? In the place of x put 1. If you do that, you will get 1 plus 1. What is 1 plus 1? 2. Earlier we got 0 by 0. We should not get 0 by 0 because 0 by 0 is mathematically indeterminate. Now I got 2. It's a unique value we can get. I hope all of you understood this. So now is the method. When you are getting indeterminate, simplify. To simplify, I have done factorization. A square minus b square. You can factorize, you can rationalize if it is root, and you can use theorems. So in this chapter, we will be learning 2 theorems, derivations, and we have totally 4 different formats and formulae we will be learning. I hope all of you understood what is limit. What is meant by limit extends to a? In the place of x, put a. In the function, you will get f of a. That f of a should not be indeterminate. It should not be 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, 0 power 0, all these forms. Now, for that first you should be thorough with what? Indeterminate forms. Now, properties of limits. Limit extends to a f of x is k if f of x is k. Means limit of constant is constant. Limit of constant is what? Constant. For example, limit extends to 2, phi value. All of you know phi is what? Constant. Now, limit extends to 2 means in the place of x put 2. Do we have x here? We don't have x. So, answer is 5 only. So, whenever this, see, in the place of f of x, if you have a constant, you will get answer also same constant. So, limit extends to f of x will become k if f of x is k. Means limit of constant is constant, simple. Limit of constant is constant. Limit extends to 3, 5 is what? 5 only. Limit extends to 3, 7 is what? 7 only. Now, limit extends to a, k into f of x means take the constant out and apply limit to the function. Take the constant out and you can apply limit to the function. If you have f of x plus g of x, if you have sum of 2 functions, you can apply limit separately for each function. Limit extends to a f of x plus limit extends to a g of x. First property is limit of constant is constant. Second property, if you have constant into function, constant means any number is constant in maths. K into f of x means you can take the constant out and you can apply limit. Third one is limit of f of x plus g of x is what? Limit f of x plus limit g of x. Then we have other properties. If you have difference of 2 functions, you can apply limit for each function. Limit f of x minus g of x is limit f of x minus limit g of x. And if you have product of 2 functions, interesting, if you have product of 2 functions, then you can apply limit for each function. Then you can apply limit for what? Each function. Limit extends to a f of x into g of x can be written as limit extends to a f of x separately into limit x of extends to a g of x. When you have product of 2 functions, you can apply limit for each function. And if you have numerator by denominator, you can apply limit separately for numerator, then you can apply limit separately for denominator. If you have f of x by g of x form, you can apply limit for numerator separately, then you can apply limit separately for denominator. Then now we will go to the problems. In today's class, I just gave the mathematical meaning of limit. So, first you should know how to read the problem, and the best simple technique what I told you was limit extends to f of x means in the place of x put a, and your answer should not be indeterminate. If your answer is indeterminate, simplify and then apply limit. Students, are you ready? Shall we go for the problems? And before we go to the problems, again I will repeat the key. What is the key? Limit extends to f of x means in the place of x put a, and you will get f of a that should not be indeterminate. If it is indeterminate, simplify and apply limit. Now, evaluate the following limits. Very first question. Limit x tends to 4, 4x plus 3 by x minus 2. So, now how to solve this? So, they gave limit x tends to 4, x is going towards 4. They want you to find 4x plus 3 divided by x minus 2. I told you, limit x tends to 4 means in the place of x put 4. Limit extends to 4 means simple, in the place of x put 4, and if I do that, I will get 4 into, in the place of x if I am putting 4, my plus 3 divided by, in denominator also I have x, wherever x is there put 4, so x is 4 and minus 2. See, only in the place of x I substituted 4, remaining terms will be as it is. Now simplify, 4 4s are 16 plus 3 divided by 4 minus 2 is 2, So it will become 19 by 2. We got the limit. So what is meant by limit extends to 4? In the place of x put 4. If I do that, 4 into 4 plus 3 divided by 4 minus 2. 4 4 is 16, 16 plus 3 19 divided by 2. So limit extends to 4 means what? In the place of x put 4, provided you should not get indeterminate. So your answer may be fraction, your answer may be negative, your answer may be positive, but you should not get indeterminate. Now, so suppose another problem I will take here. Suppose limit theta tends to 0 sin theta plus 5 divided by cos theta plus 1. What is the meaning? Theta tends to 0 means in the place of theta put 0. In the place of theta put what? 0. So then it will become what? Sin 0 plus 5 divided by cos 0 plus 5. What is sin 0 degrees? Sin 0 degrees is what? 0 plus 5 divided by cos 0 degrees is what? Cos theta plus 1 is there. Plus 1 is there. You put plus 1 only. So in the place of theta I put 0 and plus 1 is there. I am putting plus 1 as it is. So now 1 plus 1. So it will become 5 divided by 2. So your answer is a finite value. Your answer is a unique value. Leave it. I hope all of you understood. What is meant by limit extends to 4? In the place of x put 4 and solve it. You will get an answer. That's it. Next question. Limit extends to 1, ax square plus bx plus c divided by cx square plus bx plus a. What is meant by limit extends to 1? In the place of x, put 1. In the place of x, if I put 1, I will get a into 1 square plus b into 1 plus c divided by c into 1 square plus b into 1 plus a. Now further, a into 1 square is a plus b plus c divided by denominator c plus b plus a. Further, numerator a plus b plus c, addition is commutative. You can rearrange c plus b plus a is same as a plus b plus c. Do you agree or not? So now numerator and denominator both are same. Can I cancel? This is also a plus b plus c. This is also a plus b plus c. So I can cancel. I will cancel a plus b plus c with another a plus b plus c, and finally I will get an answer. What is the answer? I will get 1. Are you able to follow? So limit extends to what they told? 1 means what? In the place of x put 1. So a as it is, in the place of x square 1 square, b plus is there, put plus, b is there, put b. In the place of x put 1, c let it be, and c x square means c into 1 square plus b into 1 plus a. Simplify, you will get it. I hope all of you understood this. Next, going ahead, limit extends to minus 3 x square minus 9 divided by x plus 3. It's interesting. Suppose in the place of x, if you put minus 3 whole square minus 9 divided by minus 3 plus 3. Suppose if I do this, minus the whole square becomes plus 9, minus 9 divided by minus 3 plus 3 is 0, numerator is 0. I told you, whenever you apply limit, you should not get 0 by 0. So can we get 0 by 0? No. So this is indeterminate. So you cannot apply like this. So this is not possible. So because directly in the place of x minus 3, if I put, I am getting what? 0 by 0. So 0 by 0 you should not get. So what you should do? First you should simplify. So to simplify, we can use theorems. We have theorems. Still we have not started with the theorems. So now we know how to factorize. First we will try to factorize, we will simplify, then we will solve. So before applying limit, I will take the problem as it is. What is the problem? Limit x is tending to what they told? Limit x is tending to what? Minus 3. I will take as it is. And they gave x square minus 9 divided by x plus 3. Now if I apply in the place of x, if I put minus 3, what I am getting? 0 by 0. So don't apply limit directly. Now simplify. How to simplify? We will factorize. So limit extends to minus 3, let it be. Numerator, can I write x square minus 9 can be written as 3 square divided by x plus 3. Do you agree? Now 9 I wrote it as 3 square. Now it is in the form of a square minus b square. All of you know a square minus b square can be written as a plus b into a minus b. Further, I will write limit extends to minus 3. A square minus b square can be written as a plus b into a minus b divided by x plus 3. still I have not applied limit. Numerator is in the form x square minus 3 square. Numerator is in the form a square minus b square. All of you know, if you have a square minus b square, you can write it as a plus b into a minus b. So now I have x square minus 3 square, I can write it as x plus 3 into x minus 3. So now further I can cancel x plus 3 and x plus 3. Now I will apply limit. So now in the place of x put what? Minus 3. So now I am left out with just limit x tends to, what is left out? X minus 3. Now in the place of x put minus 3. So it will become minus 3 minus 3. What is minus 3 minus 3? Minus 6. This is the answer. What is the answer? Minus 6. Here it was x square minus 3 square. I wrote it as x plus 3 into x minus 3 because a square minus b square can be written as a plus b into a minus b. Then I can cancel x plus 3, x plus 3. Now I am left out with x minus 3. Now in the place of x I will put minus 3. So it will become minus 3 minus 3. Minus 3 minus 3 is what? Minus 6. I hope all of you understood this. Evaluate limit x tends to 3, x square minus 4x by x minus 2. What is meant by limit x tends to 3? In the place of x put 3. If I do that, I will get 3 square minus 4 into 3 divided by 3 minus 2. Simplify this further. All of you know 3 square is 9 minus 12 divided by 1. 9 minus 12 is minus 3. So you got a value. The value what you got is what? Minus 3. It is unique. So this is the answer. So limit x tends to 3 means what? In the place of x put 3. So if you do that, it will become 3 square minus 4 into 3. Wherever x is there, I am putting 3. I will simplify. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 square is 9. 4 3 is 12. 9 minus 12 is minus 3. Minus 3 by 1 is minus 3. Answer is minus 3. Here we are getting a unique value L. So we can stop it. Next. Evaluate limit x tends to 1, x cube minus 1 by x minus 1. Suppose in the place of x if we put 1, it will become 1 cube minus 1 by 1 minus 1, 0 by 0. 1 cube, all of you know 1 cube is 1. 1 minus 1, 0 by 0. I told you whenever you apply limit, you should not get this form. You should never get 0 by 0. When I apply limit, I should not get 0 by 0. 0 by 0 is what? Mathematical indeterminate. Infinity by infinity, infinity power infinity, 0 power 0, infinity minus infinity, 0 by 0, 0 power 0. These are all indeterminates. You should not get any of this. So if you are getting this, I have to simplify. So let us see how to simplify this. So now the question is, I'll write it as limit x is tending to 1 and they gave x cube minus 1 divided by x minus 1. Now further I'll write it as limit x tends to 1, x cube minus 1, I'll write it as 1 cube divided by x minus 1. Now numerator, if you observe, it is in the form a cube minus b cube. Or if you know, a cube minus b cube. So here factorization and identities of algebra should be thorough. So a cube minus b cube can be written as a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So we can write a cube minus b cube as what? A minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So here 1 cube minus x cube minus 1 cube. Can I write it as numerator, denominator will not disturb, denominator let it be x minus 1. Now is this in the form a cube minus b cube? Yes. So a cube minus b cube can be written as a minus b. Here x minus 1 into a square means x square plus 1 into x plus b square 1 square. Can I write like this? So I wrote it as a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. Now further x minus 1 I will cancel. These two cancels. I simplified. Now I will apply limit. Now limit x tends to 1 means what? In the place of x, now you put 1. So in the place of x, if I put 1, 1 square plus 1 into 1 plus 1 square. So I will get 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is exactly 3. Earlier we got indeterminate, now we got 3. So I hope all of you understood. But here, so earlier we used identity like a square minus b square. Now I am using a cube minus b cube. So this is the way to solve limits. See, a cube minus b cube we can do. If I give a power 29 minus b power 29, we cannot expand this. We don't have so many identities. We can hardly remember a cube minus b cube. and somehow you can expand a power 4 minus b power 4 also. If it is like this, it is impossible. So therefore we have to reduce it into theorem. That is how we'll start with theorem. So in my next session I will be teaching you theorems of limit, and 2 theorems are there. I told you when I started the class, I told you one 6-mark theorem derivation they'll ask. I hope all of you understood what I taught now. So now just let me summarize the class. Today I started with what is limit, then I gave interesting concept, that is mathematical approach. Limit x tends to a, f of x means in the place of x put what, a, but your final answer should not be indeterminate. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರು indeterminate ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ indeterminate forms. Few indeterminate forms in maths: 0 by 0, infinity by infinity, infinity minus infinity, infinity power infinity, 0 power 0. So these are all indeterminate forms. When you apply limit strictly, you should not get any of this. If you are getting any one of these forms, you have to simplify, you have to reduce the problem. And second important thing is, to simplify you can factorize, you can rationalize, or you can use theorems, and we will see how to simplify using theorems in our next class. I told you it is inevitable, you should be thorough with the limits, you should be thorough with what, theorems. I will be teaching you theorem 1 and theorem 2 in my next session. We will derive it and then we will go ahead with the problems. And I showed some of the properties, 6 properties are there in this. Please watch them and learn. One is limit of constant is constant. Limit of constant into function means take the constant out and you can apply limit for the function. Limit of sum of two functions means you can apply limit for each function. Limit of difference of function means again you can apply limit of each function and you can subtract. And if you have limit of product of functions, then you can apply limit for each function. And then if you have numerator by denominator, then you can apply limit separately for numerator and limit separately for denominator. These are the methods I taught you. Now, what is meant by limit x tends to a? In the place of x put a, provided your value, final value should not be indeterminate. It should not take any of these forms. If it is taking any of these forms, simplify and apply limit. So this is what we have learnt in this session. So become thorough, just recollect what I have done and attend my next session. Thanks for attending the session. I'll see you in my next session. Thank you.